Hey guys, this is the last part of Unit 6, the last indicator. This is indicator 24. And so if you look at the learning targets, I can analyze 2 points with a common first or second coordinate to find the distance between them. So I had kind of taught a little ahead yesterday on indicator 23. So basic distance between 2 points, that is part of indicator 24, but it's okay if you have a second round refresher of the same thing that I taught in yesterday's indicator at the end, just to stay ahead. That's perfectly fine. Then we have, I can construct a polygon in the coordinate plane when I have the coordinates for all but one vertex. So a polygon is anything, it's a two-dimensional shape, and it has straight lines that are connected at the corners, and the corners are called the vertices, or each one corner is called the vertex. So in this, you are going to be given, like, let's say 3 points, 3 ordered pairs to graph, and you have to figure out what would the fourth one be to make a rectangle, or what would the fourth one be to make a square. So in order to complete that, so you will be given for 3 vertices, you'll be given the ordered pairs, and the fourth one you have to figure out based on that. And we know what a rectangle or what a square, etc. looks like for you to figure that out, okay? And then I can calculate the length of a side of a polygon that is in the coordinate plane. So now let's say I have a rectangle given to me, and you might be asked, what is the length of that line from one vertex to the other? Okay, so that's what our learning target is. So what I'm going to do, I am going to take the laptop to the smart board, because the first part is to do with the smart board. So kind of difficult to draw everything out of here. And there we go. Okay, so you may be given something like this, and it's telling you to find the perimeter of a shape like this. Now, even though it's saying perimeter, I'm going to show you how to find the perimeter and how to find the area. So I'm going to show you both things, okay? So before that, you need to understand what is perimeter, what is area, and we have already done area before. So perimeter is nothing but the distance outside a shape, okay? Think about it. When you talk about the perimeter of your backyard in your house, that's basically where the fence goes around, okay? So that is the perimeter. Area is the number of square units inside a shape. Okay, square units inside a shape. And we've already done area in indicators 12 to 14, so that would be unit 4. All right, so I'm going to show you how to calculate over here if something is given to you, a shape like this is given to you, and it's saying estimate the perimeter of the arrow. So perimeter means everything outside the shape, okay? And it's saying that each one over here is equal to 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? If this is 6, this is also 6. Okay? So if this is 6, because this is a rectangle, so this whole thing is going to be the same as that. So 6 plus 6, I already have 12 here. Okay, and then I'm going to look at count each side over here. So 12, this is 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, do not forget, because this is the part that you very often forget, we also have this line here because it's talking about the perimeter. So we have here, which is 17, we have one more here, which is 18, we have one here, which is 19, and we have up here, which is 20. All right, now these are absolutely straight lines, so therefore we are considering each as 1. Now, if I take a square or rectangle or whatever, in this case we're talking about squares, all right, And we know that this is 1 and this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Okay? Now think about if I take the line from here to here. If you fold a paper, you will see that this line is longer than this line. Okay? That slant, it is longer than this straight line. So that is why when I told you that, in an earlier unit, when you go to the doctor, you normally stand straight up to get your height, not slanting, because, but anyways, since I'm doing this, we are going to take an approximate measure of the slant, and we are going to say that this is approximately 1 and 5/10. So if this is 1, this is approximate. It's a little less, but we are going to take the approximate sign is this, approximately 1 and 5/10. So now let's count how many we have. So we have, how many slants do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So each is 1 and 5/10, 1 and 5/10, 1 and 5/10, 1 and 5/10. Okay. Now we know that 1 plus 1 gives me 2, and 5/10 and 5/10 gives me 1, because 2 5/10s make 1. So 1 and 5/10, 1, this is going to be 3, and this is also going to be 3. Okay, so 3 plus 3 over here, which gives me 6. All right, and I had 20 over here, remember? So I have 20 plus 6, and if we have same thing here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could have just done 1 and 5/10 times 4, and I would have got 6 over here. Okay, because we know this is 1 digit, this is 0, so total 1, so we go down 1. Okay, so plus 6, and so we have basically 20 plus 12, and that gives me 32 inches. Okay, 32 inches is the perimeter of this shape. 32 inches is the perimeter of this shape. Okay, now let's say you were trying to find area. Okay, so let's say you were trying to find area. Okay, I thought this would work and I could just erase it like this. Obviously, it is not cooperating today. All right, there we go. Let's say we are trying to find the area. We know that area is the number of square units inside a shape. Okay, so if I have 1 square unit here, that's the area is 1 square unit, right? Now, if I cut it apart, so, and we take each of these, what is it? It's half of 1 whole. So each would be 5/10 in this case. Okay, so if you're finding area, it is what's inside a shape. So that is why I'm showing it to you like that. So if you're finding area, you calculate, you can do the formula length times width for a rectangle. We've done that before. And we know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we have 6 here, this whole thing. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 here. And I would get 4 times 6. And so just the rectangle part is 24. Okay? Or I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Same thing, length times width, or you count the number of square units inside a shape in order to find area. And then, so that is this part. And then, yes, in this, I could have done base times height divided by 2. Or you can count the square units inside. So if this is 24, let's count the complete squares first, okay? So 24, this is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay? Now, 2 half squares will make 1 whole. Think about it. Okay? So this, if this is 36, these two here, this one half and this one half, this is going to be one whole, that's 37. These two here will make 38 because two halves make a whole. And then these two here will give me 39. And then these two here, that's going to one whole, so that is 40 square inches. Area is going to be 40 square inches of this shape because you are counting the number of square units inside a shape. Okay, I'm just going to do another one really quick and then we move on to the distance and the plotting. So, all right, let's go to the next one. Let's do this one really quick. If I am calculating the perimeter, again, remember perimeter is the distance outside a shape. Each straight line is 1 unit. Each slant is 1 5/10. Okay, so let's do the straight lines first, outside a shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Do not forget this straight line, and that's the one where you normally go and make a mistake. So this is 9, this is 10, this is 11, this is 12. Now we have the slanting. We know that one slope is equal to 1 5/10 approximately. Let's say this is approximately because it's not the exact, we are doing an estimation. So this is 1 5/10, this is 1 5/10, that means this is going to be 3. If this is 3, this is also 3, this is 3, this is 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, plus I have 12. So the perimeter of this shape is 24 inches. Okay, perimeter is 24 inches. Now, if I was trying to find the area, I would do area is the number of square units inside a shape. So I would count the complete squares 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 half squares make one whole, so 13, 14, 15, and these two 16. So my area would be 16 inches squared. Okay, so just wanted to show this to you. And now let's go back to constructing a polygon in a coordinate, all right, and then finding the missing value. So let's say I have been given coordinates with vertices. Let's say they've given me vertices which are 3, 2, which is x is 3, 2, y is 8, 2, z is 8, 6. So therefore, what would the last vertex be? So vertex, remember, is the point where two lines of a polygon meet. Okay, so let's plot this first. If I say 3, 2, x first, remember, okay, this is the x coordinate, y next, so 3 and then 2, which is here. Okay, so this is 3, 2, which is what? This is x. Y is 8, 2. So here we go, 8 and then 2. Okay, so this is y. Z is 8, 6. So from here, 8 and 8, 6. So this is z. So now if I have this, if it's a rectangle, guys, all right, we know that a rectangle, the fourth thing has to be absolutely opposite this one. That's how I make it. So if that is 8, 6, this is going to be 3, 6 in order for me to make that rectangle. So this is the missing value which I found and this is going to be 3, 6. All right, so now we have our rectangle made out like this. Okay, now it'll ask you, once you have found the missing coordinate, all right, of the last vertex, let's say it'll ask you to calculate the length of that side of the polygon. So let's say I ask you, what is the length from 3, 2 to 8, 2? Okay, if I ask you for the length, we just did the distance yesterday, and so I'm looking at, okay, my absolute value over here, this is going to be 3, over here it is 8, that's the distance. And so if I do 8, absolute value of 8 minus the absolute value of 3, because we know the absolute value of anything is going to be in a positive state, okay? And then if I do 8 minus 3 and I get 5, so my distance over here is 5 units. Okay, so I just wanted to show that to you. My students also like to know or learn, and I know this is higher math, and I still, I always throw out the formula for them, which they will use later on, maybe 8th grade, to find not only this distance, but like when you have a slope, that distance also. And there is a formula for that. So if I write out distance is equal to square root, okay, it's a square root. I'll tell you what a square root is in a minute. But then if I have x2 minus x1 squared, so x2 minus x1, and this is squared, plus y2 minus y1 squared. So this is actually the formula. If I had done the same thing, I would still get the same answer if I use this formula. Now I just want to show you what square root means. Square root basically means if I write this and I write 144, the square root is the exact opposite of squared. So I know that 12 squared gives me 144. Okay, so this is basically asking what times itself gives me 144. So I know that 144 is what? 12 times 12. So square root of 144 is 12. So it is the absolute opposite of this. Okay, this is what square root means. And then cube root would be something like this. This is a cube root. And cube root is the opposite of cubed. So if I say, for example, 3 cubed, what do I get? 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, so opposite of this is this. So it's this means what times what gives me 27. So I know 3 times 3 times 3 gives me 27. So my cube root of 27 is going to be 3. So I just wanted to show this to you. Again, this is higher math, but hey, some of my students love doing the formula method compared to just finding the distance. And it's the personal choice. You don't have to. Right now, this is the basic that is required. But some of my students every year love the formula method. So I'm going to show this to you using these coordinates, okay? So for distance, it is saying x2 minus x1, the square root of that. x2, so look, this is x1, this is y1, okay? This is x2, this is y2. So I'm going to take these two because we just found the distance between those, okay? So this is my x2, so I'm just going to substitute the values, and I do 8 minus 3 squared plus y2 is 2, and y1 is also 2. So 2 minus 2 squared. Okay, so now distance is what? What is 8 minus 3? 8 minus 3 gives me 5. So I have 5 squared plus 2 minus 2 is what? 0. So this is 0 squared. Now, What is 5 squared? It is 25. Plus 0 would give me 25. And then what is the square root of 25? What times itself gives me 25? It is 5. So look, same answer either way. But I just wanted to show this to you in case you wanted to use this method. Okay? Let's go ahead and do one last question in order to solve what could the missing value be. So let's see. All right. Okay, so let's say I give you, okay, -4, 3, okay, that is x. So -4, 3, this is x, all right? And then I give you 4, 3 over here, which is y. Okay, I give you y, which is 4, 3. Then I give you -4, 8. So if I go here, -4, 8, which is z. Okay, so this is -4, 8. All right, what would my last vertex be, the ordered pair, in order for me to form that rectangle? So I know that this is going like this is going like this, and for me to make the rectangle, I have to go up to the 8. So in order for it to be a rectangle, so this is going to be 4, and I go up here. So my missing value is going to be 4, 8. Okay, so that's how you would answer it. And see, now I have my rectangle. Okay, I have my rectangle. So that's pretty easy how you find the missing value. Okay, if I was to find the distance between either this way or this way, you know, it's pretty clear cut. We know that the -4 is the same. So what are we doing? We're just calculating the distance up to down. And then I'm doing, okay, 8 minus 3, because we're finding the absolute value of that. We can do it this way, or we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how much. So here my distance is 5 units. Okay, and then let's look at this one. Okay, we are going 4 here and we are going 4 there. Okay, so I have the absolute value of -4 is going to give me 4. Absolute value of 4 is 4. Since they are on opposite sides, we are going to add this, because this, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is my distance over here, 8 units. All right, you are free to use the formula I taught you. You will still get the same answer, but this was something I just want to throw out there for kids who like that extra, you know, a little bit more push in the acceleration. But anyway, this is what this lesson is about, finding the distance, finding the missing vertex. You know, it might ask you, let's say you have a shape like this. If you have a shape given to you, something like this, all right, and you have your squares drawn out for you like this. Okay, if shape is given like this, it might ask you that can you find the value or the line from X to Z? And then in that case, you would say yes, because we know that if it's a slant, each is worth 1 5/10. And so then I would do 1 5/10 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in order to solve that. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand that, because that's the first thing we did, is each straight line is equivalent to 1. unit and each slope or each slant, we are going to think of it approximately as 1 and 5/10. Okay, so just wanted to show this to you. And this concludes our Unit 6 on indicators 21 through 24. Have a great day, guys.